Low, haunting music fades in as the tension quietly builds. There's a hidden detail about Season 6 that completely changes everything, and surprisingly, almost no one is talking about it. This entire season is expected to unfold over just 24 hours, and that single creative decision transforms the story into something far more intense and emotional than anything we've seen before. Up until now, the series has taken its time, showing the gradual rise of Jesus' ministry, filled with hope, miracles, and the steady gathering of followers who believed in something greater. But now that slow and meaningful journey is about to collide with its most brutal reality, because Season 6 drops us directly into the timeline of Good Friday, the moment where everything begins to fall apart. The shift begins the instant Jesus is arrested, and from that point forward, nothing feels safe anymore. The disciples who once walked confidently beside him suddenly find themselves completely exposed. The protection they once had is gone, replaced by fear, uncertainty, and the realization that they could be next. This is because the religious leaders and Roman authorities are no longer observing from a distance. They've taken full control of the situation, turning it into a direct and dangerous threat. Anyone associated with Jesus is now a target, and that forces the disciples into a reality they've never had to face before. Instead of preaching and following, they are now focused on survival. This sudden shift pushes Peter, John, and the rest of the group into chaos. The unity that once defined them begins to crack as fear takes hold. They are no longer a strong, visible movement. They become scattered, cautious, and uncertain about what to do next. Without Jesus guiding them publicly, they lose more than just their leader. They lose their sense of identity. Their purpose was always tied to walking beside him, learning from him, and sharing his message. But now, with him facing the cross, they are forced to confront a painful question. Who are they without him? As the pressure builds, the group begins to fracture. Some may try to stay close, watching from a distance, unwilling to fully abandon their teacher, but too afraid to step forward. Others might choose to disappear completely, hoping to avoid the same fate. This internal conflict becomes one of the most powerful elements of the season, because it forces each disciple to make a deeply personal decision. Do they remain loyal, even if it risks their lives, or do they step back and protect themselves? This is where the story truly changes its focus. It is no longer about witnessing miracles or gathering followers. Instead, it becomes a story about survival, fear, and the ultimate test of faith. The central question shifts dramatically, from building a movement to wondering if that movement can even survive the execution of its founder. The disciples are no longer just followers. They are individuals standing at a crossroads, forced to decide what they truly believe when everything around them is falling apart. As Jesus moves closer to the cross, the emotional weight intensifies. The disciples are faced with a harsh and unavoidable reality, and their faith is tested in real time. They must choose whether to stay near the danger, holding on to their belief, or to run and protect their own lives. And if the Roman authorities are actively hunting anyone connected to Jesus, then even staying in Jerusalem becomes a life-threatening decision. The next 24 hours are not just critical, they are defining. Every choice matters, every moment carries weight, and every action could change the future of the movement forever. By the end of it all, one thing becomes clear. If this movement is going to survive, it won't be because of miracles or public teachings anymore. It will be because of belief, pure, unshakable belief in the face of fear, loss, and uncertainty. And that is what makes Season 6 feel so different, so intense, and so important.